What is up, guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over a step-by-step guide on how to negotiate different bills and expenses. But first, we need to talk about negotiating mindset. Negotiating mindset is actually super key when it comes to negotiating and can be the difference between getting what you want or not. Here's what a bad mindset might look like. It might feel really gross and salesy, going in unprepared and demanding what you want. That's not what we want at all, and that's definitely not how I teach negotiating. A good negotiating mindset is someone who goes in prepared, having done their homework beforehand, and simply asks for what they want. Remember, we want the outcome to really benefit both parties. If the outcome only benefits one party, it's not going to be sustainable. So why does negotiating even matter? Why is this a skill that I really want you guys to have? And really what negotiating comes down to is self-advocating. And self-advocating is honestly a mandatory skill that you need to have in your adult life when it comes to your finances. And self-advocating is really a skill that I have had to learn and practice to love. I do not enjoy confrontation. I've learned to love negotiating, but I didn't love it at first. So just keep that in mind. Self-advocating, it's such an important skill to have, but it may not come natural, and that's okay. Just like any other skill, it's going to take a lot of practice and a lot of time to get good at it and to learn to love it, but the result will be confidence and more money in your pockets. I'm actually going to link this book below in the description box for you guys. It's called Never Split the Difference by Chris Voss. He's a former FBI hostage negotiator, and he gives a lot of practical techniques and skills and teaches them in his book when it comes to negotiating. I highly recommend reading this book just to get your mindset right and to really understand the art of negotiating. All right, so let's go ahead and dive right into what can actually be negotiated. So I like to think of this general rule that things can be negotiated if they have a lot of competition. These businesses and companies are going to be competing for you as their customer, and this includes your phone bill, your internet bill, your rent, bank fees, collection fees. All of that can be negotiated. So obviously, negotiating your salary is going to have a much bigger financial impact on your life than negotiating your internet bill. But my advice to you is to start small. Start negotiating small things at garage sales or used items. Start with your internet bill, something that's much smaller while you get practice and get comfortable, and then go to things like your rent and your salary. Let's use your internet bill as an example first. Here's my step-by-step guide on how to negotiate your internet bill. Number one, what you're going to want to do is research the competitors' offers. Now, this might be as simple as Googling their website, or you might have to call and ask what specific deals they have for new customers. But that is the most important part, is researching other options. You want to go into this negotiation 100% prepared. Also, make sure you make note of things like how long a new deal is good for, how fast the internet speed is, what the price jumps to after the deal expires. Things like that are really important to make note of. Step two is calling your current provider. I highly recommend writing out some sort of script or at least a general outline of everything that you want to cover. This will help keep you on track and help you accomplish the thing that you got on the call to do. In this script, you really want to highlight all of the benefits of this company keeping you on as a customer. Maybe you've been a customer for X amount of months, or you've never made a late payment, or you've never had a complaint and you want to stay with this company. All of those things are benefits to them. If they lose you as a customer, they have to spend a lot of advertising dollars in order to get a new customer to fill your spot. If you're looking for a script to use, I created one specifically for this as a part of my 5-day 1K challenge. I'll link the challenge below. This challenge is designed to help you get $1,000 in 5 days. In one of those days, we specifically talk about negotiating, and the script is included in that day. The challenge is free to join, and there's even more information on negotiating inside. After you've created your script, go ahead and call your provider and see what they say. If they're not able to make an adjustment, feel free to switch, or they might meet you halfway and give you a discount on the services that you're already paying for. A question that might have crossed your mind is, what if there's something that doesn't have any competition that I still want to negotiate on? What can I do? This has actually happened to me before. So where we live, Charter Spectrum or Charter Communications is the only internet provider with speeds that are comparable for an online business. And I still called them and still asked if they would discount our rate since we've been loyal customers for so long. And for the last 5 years, they have discounted it $10 each year. No reason. I didn't have any grounds to stand on when it came to the negotiation. I simply asked and see what they could do, and that has totaled up to $600 over the last 5 years. So definitely still call and ask. Even if you don't plan on switching or you don't have anything else to switch to, still call and ask and see what they can do for you. Remember, it's smart to practice on these smaller expenses and transactions because the consequences of them saying no is no big deal. But when it comes to your salary and your rent, you really want to be well versed and have these skills already developed. Speaking of rent, did you know? Let me know below in the comment section. Did you know that you can actually negotiate rent? This makes a lot of sense because landlords lose money fast when rooms are open on their properties. Do keep in mind that an independent landlord is probably going to be more likely to negotiate than a large company, but you can still ask. And that's actually step number 1. So approach your landlord or whoever's in charge of your property and ask them if the price is open for discussion. Definitely start the conversation early if you know you're going to be facing a rent increase in the near future. After you've started the conversation with your landlord, you're going to want to do the same thing that we did when negotiating your internet bill. Bring forward all of the good things about you being a customer with this particular company. Have you been a good tenant for X number of months? Have you never had noise complaints or any complaints at all? Do you have a clean apartment? What's your credit score look like? Do you have references from employers or former landlords? Bring forward all of those good things that highlights the benefits of you being a customer here. Step number 3 is then to talk about your options with your landlord. Don't be afraid to really think outside the box when it comes to negotiating. It doesn't have to be just a certain percentage off or paying less each month. Think about it this way. With our car insurance, we actually pay every 6 months up front, but they offer us a significant discount in order to do that. Is that an option that you could have with your landlord? You would be paying more up front, possibly 3, 4, or 5 months up front, but would he offer you 10, 15, even 20% off the monthly price for doing that? It gives him more cash in his pocket, and it also ensures you're going to be there for that amount of time. Another good way to think outside the box is just extending your lease. A lot of times landlords lose money when there's turnover because they have empty rooms for a certain number of days or weeks. So by extending your lease, you're basically ensuring that they're going to have income for that amount of time. Can you extend it 12 months or even 18 months, whatever that looks like for you? That basically gives them the benefit of having that income during that time, and you could get a percentage off while you're there. Another angle could be that the apartment complex allows pets and you don't have any. Maybe he would be able to knock off the apartment cleaning fee because you don't have any pets, and he could credit that back to you on your rent. Take a look at your parking situation. Is there a parking spot that you'd be willing to give up, or could you take a less favorable parking spot in exchange for an amount off your rent? Again, think about it in terms of how does this benefit your landlord? Your landlord can now use that parking spot or extra parking spot to sign a new tenant that otherwise wouldn't get filled. Another thing to make note of is if there's a lot of empty units on the property. Talk to your landlord and see if you can set up some sort of affiliate or referral program so that if you're able to fill those spots, you would get a percentage of their income, or you get a percentage off of your rent. Once you've practiced and had some success negotiating smaller bills and expenses, I would then shift your focus toward negotiating your hourly or salary rate. Negotiating your income truly can have the biggest monetary impact and really accelerate your progress toward your financial goals. So let me know below in the comment section if you want me to do another video on how exactly to negotiate your salary. It's actually a much longer process. I usually recommend about a 6 months time frame, but multiple people have followed this process and it works. So let me know below if that would be something you'd be interested in.